Whatever that
There's only one way to start this. You know what time it is?
There's something else to from. Spend a day to get my mind blown. Lift it up, you know the next.
What else?
20 miles on the dash. Got a rubber pound up a gas. Put some legs in the Grand Rapids.
Sing it, Ed. Say the words.
Niggas wasn't outside. They wasn't outside when this came on, Kenny.
Sing the words, Ed. Say the words.
They weren't there when we had what? This song made any party go up. Dirty mud up in my cup. Dirty mud in my cup.
All right.
Hey, that's a banger, bro. That's one that's gonna stand the test of time.
Nobody has a clue what the hell he was saying to this day.
I was looking at the lyrics and still didn't know what he was saying. So. They don't need to know when it slaps. Sometimes the slaps just slap, bro.
Music's that good.
Sometimes the slaps just slap, bro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of IDK Sports Podcast, your premier spot to talk sports with the average guys. My name is Anthony. It's my main man, Kenny.
What's happening?
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. If you listen to the audio version, you know you can catch us anywhere you get your audio podcast platforms. Man, hey man, you know what time it is. It's that time. It's March Madness. You got the women and the men's tournament going on. You know, hey man, it's that time of the year, man. It's time people making money and lose a lot of money. Some people bracket already effed up. High Point done effed up a lot of y'all brackets. Not mine. Not mine. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? VCU messed up a lot of y'all brackets. Not mine. We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all arguing and rip the bracket up, threw it away. They didn't even stand a chance. Man. But damn. It is what it is, man. Kenny, how you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm good. Personally, I don't get involved in the hoopla. I don't do office brackets. I don't do friendship brackets. I don't do family brackets. I don't do tax brackets. I don't do algebra brackets. I don't do none of those brackets because all they do is take my money. They take all my money year in and year out. About 3 years ago, I solemnly swore that I'd never do another bracket, and it was around the time. It was around the time we had an HBCU hopeful that just got in the tournament, and I was like, "Oh yeah, here we go! I'm making big money as a 16 seed." And God bless it, they let me down, and that was the last time I ever did a bracket. Me and God made a solemn pact, never do it again, and I'm stuck to it. I'm a man of my word, brother.
I feel you, but hey, man. Some of y'all really let the name fool you. Like I really don't know what I'll be talking about. This is 2 years in a row. But if you listen to me, you might have made some money today. You might have made some money today. If you was on the TikTok page or the Instagram page, IDK Sports 523, IDK Ant, me, would have made you some money today. That's right before the weekend. You could have been outside on for FanDuel, Underdog, Prospects. Hey, if they want to sponsor, they can holler at you. You know what I'm saying? I put it out there. Everybody like, this parlay kind of trash. You got all these upsets. You don't know what you're talking about. Oh, USF, they lost, but they lost less than 10 points. You know what I'm saying? High Point, my bad. They won. Oh, check mark. Texas got BYU and AJ DeBonsa out of here. Get them out of here. And I told y'all BCU would get Carolina out here. Man, you should have just locked in with your boy. So I'm going to do one tomorrow. And I want y'all to talk to me nicer than y'all did today. It's the second year in a row, Kenny, that I was right again. I'm just trying to help the people. I'm a man of the people. Quick little parlay. They're trying to make people some money. They're trying to make them some money. That's all we're trying to do. They let the name fool them, Kenny. They let the IDK name fool them, bro. Like, we really don't be out here knowing what we're talking about. We just try to make it for the average guys, the barbershop talking, people to understand for the average people. You know what I'm saying? But don't get it twisted. We not like
not like them. We not like them.
12 in the ballet, black on black, nigga.
Hey, bro. I'm not. All right, that's it. I'm done.
Nah, bro. Pop it. Pop your shit. I mean,
Oh man, podcast equipment expensive. Everybody got a podcast. But everybody, I was wrong. Even though the boxing ones, I wasn't wrong. I wouldn't have been wrong if people showed up and actually fought on these last two boxing. Because nobody knew Frank Martin was gonna look that bad. So yeah, I fell off a little bit. But this March Madness upset stuff, I know what I'm talking. And when we talking the spread, I know what I'm talking about, bro. I watch more stuff than y'all think I do, bro. I'm always watching. How do you think I'll be taking people to trial? Nigga, I watch everything. You know what I'm saying, bro? They don't get it, bro.
my boy knows ball, And then if you ain't gonna trust us, if you're not gonna trust us for knowing ball, how many other pods is feeding the streets during tax season?
What a parlay! You could have.
How many is still giving back to their community? We feeding the streets. This is Nino and G Money, baby. We running the Carter right now in the pod game.
Right, Kenny, man. Look quick $10 from your tax money could have got you $200 right here. That's $200 right there.
Okay, but
right on the front. Hey man, hey, wait a minute. Didn't JC just say he going to Roost? That could have been your Roost money right there. I'm trying to. Boy, what more can I
do? Don't tell them nothing. Let them go out there and chase down their baby mama. Tell them to flip so they can flip their check. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to be a man of the people. You know what I'm saying? Because I can keep the parlay to myself.
You try to tell them they don't want to listen, so don't let them listen.
Man, I can keep the parlay to myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to share it. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do one tomorrow. I'm gonna do one for tomorrow. And it will drop on our Instagram page and TikTok page. Instagram IDK Sports Pod 23, TikTok IDK Sports Pod. And I'm gonna do one right before the game starts, like around 11 o'clock. So you got plenty of time to put your parlays in. Plenty of time. Nice little 4-leg, get you a little bit of money for the weekend. Turn up a little bit. I'm trying to be a man of the people. That's all I am. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, though. That's all I ask. That's all I ask for them to do is hit the button. And we all ask you to hit the button.
And it's free. It's all free.
And I'm trying to make you, boy, I can't do it no more.
You know something?
You know what I'm saying, boy. What they say, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink.
Thirsty, parched, asphyxiated. They don't want to do it.
You know what I'm saying? But
what happened?
Moving on from that, though, we're going to go into, because it's still March. And March means Women History Month. And we taking it now to something that we talk about a lot. We taking it to the square circle, the boxing ring, where they make real women, whatever you want to call it. But we're going to cue the music.
Vogue, and Vogue. Shantae, and Vogue, and
Vogue. And this week, we are going to the boxing ring. Let's get one out the way. Here we go. Miss Layla Ali, 4-time champion. I can't see all the things, man. This thing's small. It's small today. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me. I worked so hard on that parlay thing. And I just had to get that out the way. Here we go. Layla Ali, 24-0, 21 KOs, 4-time world champion, 2-time super middleweight champion, 2-time WBA world middleweight champion, 1-time world light heavyweight champion, and a 1-time LIBC. I don't think this belt is around no more. Super middleweight champion, 3-time Ring Magazine champion. Hershey have about close to 200 wins amateur. At the time considered one of the most dominant women boxers ever. Her father was Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest boxers of all time. If you don't know how we feel about him, go back and listen to the Black History Month. We highlighted him. His daughter, with that namesake, carrying that name, really carried women's boxing on her back during a time where it wasn't many great women boxers at the time. You know what I'm saying? So really a pioneer of women boxing. One of the greats, undefeated, knockout artist. Had some big wins against some big names like Chastity Martin. It's some big names she actually fought too. That's also in the Hall of Fame. I think she got inducted to the Hall of Fame, 2012?
Yeah.
2012 Boxing Hall of Fame. I mean, you can't say more about Ali. Holding on to that. This her having the weight of carrying that name and then going to do what she did. Hey, man, nothing but commendable, man. So Miss Layla Ali, you know what I'm saying? One of our first for women's history month in boxing. Kenny, what you got to ask? I know how you feel about the whole Ali family, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
Oh man, we talked about one legend last month, and we talking about another legend in our own right. But it's all in the same vein. You know, the game is the game. You know, it's passed down from generation to generation. This is one of the times where the namesake actually stuck, huh? Unlike them Jordan boys, we ain't gonna get we ain't gonna get to that. But it does bear mentioning because sometimes it don't just work out with that next generation. Here in point, Layla Ali. Guess who she fought? And she fought Frazier's daughter. Huh? One of her
Yeah,
best wins. Knocked
yeah,
her out too.
yeah.
So, you know, just how history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? My daddy whooped you, and I'm gonna whoop you. It was I love it. You know,
Facts.
sometimes history is just poetic like that. But
Yeah,
outside of, you know, having outstanding wins against Frazier and Aaron Tuffhill and Christy Martin, you know what I mean? It's like she is still a legend in two games, you know? Also, not only in boxing, but as far as celebrity outright, you know what I mean? You've seen her in a few commercials, start showing up in a few TV shows, start her game expanded outside the ring. So again, we talk about trendsetters. We talked about Serena, not saying up to that peak, but during that era, during her era,
definitely a celebrity.
she was a celebrity by all
Mhm.
means. So hats off to Layla Ali. Hats off to the sport I love in boxing. This is always a good look.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely a big name, one of the first big names in women boxing. And we're gonna go to this next one. The next one, hey man, hey, say what you like about her antics. Say she too brash. You can say she say a lot of stuff, but you can't deny her. You can't deny it. And I'm only can talk about the one and only who I say is the GOAT, Carissa Shields. You know, well, she got 18 fights in, I want to say. 3 knockouts, two-time Olympic gold medalist, two-time undisputed champion at middleweight and heavyweight, 2022 Sports Woman of the Year, 2023 ESPN Best Boxer Award, 3 division world champion. I mean, it's like some people don't like her antics, and that like they try to take away from her accomplishments, man. You cannot take away from her accomplishment. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Some of your favorite boxers are legit ducking her because she goes up from middleweight to heavyweight just to fight some of the ones y'all think are better than her. Talking to you, Bumgarner. But you know what I'm saying? They talk a lot, but don't nobody ever want to make the fight happen. So couldn't talk Women History Month in boxing without Clarissa Shields. Like I said, some of the other stuff you might have liked, but in that ring, the accolades speak for itself, and she's not done. She's still like in her prime era. She's not done. So, Kenny, what you got?
Mhm. All right, we just gonna stick to the feats on this one. So, very accomplished sports figure. All right, let me see how if I can maneuver through this one politically. She had three-time undisputed champion. I don't, you know, I don't care what controversial take she has, what antics she have outside of the ring, all that foolishness. I get it, but when you put titles like three-time undisputed, one of those things can kind of live by your name for all of history. Nothing but respect. I can't do nothing but respect it.
Yeah,
So with that, the accolades are going to continue. More than likely, that number on the left is going to keep getting bigger. You know what I mean? Uh, maybe some more KOs, maybe some more exciting fights is left to be had. You know, we haven't even got into like post career Clarissa yet because she's still very much at the top of her game, still very much at the top of the food chain. You know, so who knows what still lies ahead of her, you know, for her, not only for her boxing career, but her life after as well. So, and, she's with the right camp, she surrounded herself with,
She got great mentors.
Past, present, and future greats, kind of just soaking up knowledge, like a sponge. So again, she got the right camp, she got the right team, she in the right, spot in her career as far as, being ascending, kind of transcending the sport for women's boxing, now it's just keeping that thing rolling, bro, and already a living legend. So hats off to Clarissa Shields.
Yeah, I mean, like the antics part is one thing we don't talk about in the ring. Like, only reason why she don't have as many fights because she went and got 2 gold medals. Most people don't go do that. She went and won 2 gold medals. If you remember her documentary, that was one thing that was big for her. She wanted to be, I think she was like the first American woman to win 2. So she has a ton of amateur fights. That's why all the women that y'all saying that she beat them as amateur. You know what I'm saying? And especially when she moved up to heavyweight, everyone that was women that was supposed to be scary, she got them out of here with ease. She went down the middleweight, fight people that's scary. You know what I'm saying? People say her name a lot, they want to fight, but they don't, somehow the fight never happened. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you can't take away what she got. And like you said, she's still active. That's only 18 fights, bro. That number's still gonna go up. Probably get more KOs.
Yep.
And just with that resume alone, that's a I think, is she in the Hall of Fame already? I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. But as far as women boxing go, first one to get that major deal, like I think with Daz, and they gave her a $5 million deal. You know what I'm saying? Big money. Probably one of the few women boxers that's making big money, besides Serrano and Katie Taylor with their trilogy. But far as like, it's a show. She's gonna put on the show. Like, she's one of the first one to say, I don't need to headline with men. The fight. Now, do I wish they would put her fight in better dates? Yes. But Clarissa, ever since she started main eventing, she don't need a man to headline her fights. You know what I'm saying?
And she be bringing the city up, bro. Like, so when she be doing her events, she be bringing them joints back home. So not only is it like a put on for, for her, put on for women's boxing, but it's also a put on for Detroit. You know what I mean? So, and you feel that love every time you got a Clarissa Shields fight. So it's palpable. You can literally, feel it through the screen, bro. Like, and it hates to be like, I would hate to be the opponent because, bro, you walking in, it's like walking into somebody else's home game or a homecoming game, right? Yeah. It must feel terrible. But hey, man, when you the boss, you can call the shots, man. So, and that's what she's doing. So once again, hats off to Clarissa, man.
Hats off to Layla Ali and Clarissa Shields as this week's Women of the Month Sports Icons of the Week players.
And bro, Shantae, girl, cover girl, all yeah, cover girl, Shantae.
Yeah, man. So man, we got a lot of things. March Madness happening. We're gonna get into that. We got the AFC East that we're gonna review because we continue in that series if you're keeping up with us. But before we get to all that,
down in the
favorite segment.
The artist known as Mr. Big wants to be released from prison today and has caused an uproar in the prison system. I had a chance to speak with him today, and I asked him, "Why did you do the things you did? You would be revoked for 3 months."
It's that time again.
Y'all bitches ain't got shit on me, man. Make y'all
you know how this goes. If you know I'm right.
What happened in 86?
Back in 1986, I bought a Cadillac and put them things on that bitch.
Hey, once again, it's that time to take them trial, man. We got two good ones today, in my opinion. These are different ones. We'll go with your boy. What's his name?
You got first.
We'll go with Aiden. Yeah, both of them. Aiden Holloway was suspended from Alabama because he got latest charges for felony drug charges right before the tournament, right? Right before March Madness. Right before March Madness, you get kicked out the team because you had felony drug charges and failure. What's that charge that we looked up before we got on here?
Yeah. It was affixing a tax stamp charges. That's what it was.
Whatever that means. Okay. Boy, you was selling. For my boy got caught with 2 of them things on him. Two
in the crib with 2 peas on him. 2 elbows. He had 2 elbows on him, 2 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Well, according to the record, a little bit over 2 pounds. Let's just say for now, he got 2 peas on him.
Allegedly.
In the crib. Allegedly.
Let's say that. Gotta say that.
Yeah.
Trying to sue.
Yeah, they said they found a rolling tray. They found it, stashed all around his crib, allegedly. Allegedly. Hey, bro, they found 2 pounds of the whoopee cushion, and this is right after Selection Sunday. My God, boy, life comes at you fast, don't it? Life comes at you fast.
Kicked off the team off the stand for the 2 pound, man. So he trying to get right. You know what I'm saying? NIL money. Hey, man, Alabama basketball. Get your NIL money up, man. Got my man out here slinging 2 pounds from the apartment room is crazy. Not even at the stash house. From the apartment spot is wild.
I would imagine, right? Because I don't know how much of the details I want to get into this case, but it ain't like these players are staying in a bando somewhere. So we're talking about like some off-campus apartment.
It was for medical purposes, allegedly. 2 pounds for medical purposes? That's a lot. That's a lot.
Hey, I got a condition. It's severe. It has to be treated. I can't re-up my prescription only like every 30 days.
Hey, bro. Allegedly. That's a lot. That's a lot that he got caught with. I hope that brother, you know what I'm saying? If it is for medical reason, hope he can beat the case. Stress. I guess, hey, maybe find another coping mechanism.
What are we stressed about? Let's be honest. What are we stressed about?
Nah, we can't do that, Kenny. Can't do that.
Okay. All right. You fair. You right.
Can't do that.
Everybody has their own life to live. You right.
Allegedly 2 pounds, now you fighting the case. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? If it is for medical reason, it is for stress. Hopefully.
But they kind of got him in the jukes, right? Because his bond was set at $5,000. Now, let's say you show up, so you have somebody show up for you with that $5,000 bond money. Where you get that bond money from? Slanging them drugs. Don't be showing up there with your drug money trying to pay your bond.
Hey, that's a lot to get caught by, dog. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's a lot to get caught by. Cause like I get it, I know people do it, but they say so that a fixation for a tax stamp or whatever it is because now it makes more sense. He can say it's medical stuff, but he had way more than medical than people they deemed for the medical use, right? I'm assuming. That's where that charge come from. Because he could say it was for medical use, but they deemed that was too much he had on him at one time.
They don't know my prescription. How you you want to violate HIPAA and tell me I got too much medication? What you trying to get into? You know what I'm saying? Good lawyer, I'm gonna get this out of here. What lengths are you trying to go to get this case thrown out? Let's talk about it. And he waived his Mirandas. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. If I was
him, man, he got a good lawyer. With 2 pounds, you can find you a good one. You know what I'm saying? Sell it off real quick. Anyway, the next one though.
Know about the diamond in my little sister.
Mr. Kevin May.
Know about the Benz in the Black Panther.
I don't know what you had going on.
The vacation trip I took to China. They know about the whole I was fucking Nan Candy.
She got busted with a
bird in Tallahassee.
Boy, Mr. Kevin Kenny, you read the article recently. Go ahead and tell them about Kevin May, the assistant from Cal State Bakersfield basketball. Assistant basketball coach. Allegedly, this is what happened. Go ahead, Kenny.
This is by far one of my favorite take them to trial stories. By all means, by every stretch of the imagination. So one, Bakersfield County PD got alerted to the like what was happening, saying that, hey, we got, word through the grapevine is that, sex trafficking, all this is happening. They come knocking on the door. They found this. Again, I don't want to get too much details because this is all alleged. They found evidence to believe that he was part of a sex trafficking ring. And this is a sex trafficking ring that only don't just stay in California. This states from Nevada, Oregon, California, and there's a fourth state that was involved as well. All four states that this one assistant coach from California State University was a part of. You call it the popular term is sex trafficking now, but back in the 60s and 70s, this is called good old-fashioned pimping. Pimping charges is what he's on. He's being convicted of pimping.
No, wait a minute. It's like we can't laugh because there's some serious charges on this too. Because he also got some underage charges on here too.
Copy.
So we separating that from the pimping charges. I'm gonna start with the pimping. Police testified about a relationship between Mays and a woman allegedly worked as a prostitute under his control. She would not tell the dime on him, but they said allegedly he have up to 4 or 5 women under his prostitution operation. That's why the pimping charges happened. I said,
I'm gonna stop you right there. The fact that somebody in your stable ain't ready to dime on you, that's good pimping. That's quality pimping. That's quality pimping. I'm gonna salute it when I see it. That's quality pimping. His bottom wouldn't tell on him. I get it. Underage again.
The women that he was pimping allegedly wasn't underage. He had photographs of underage women. But at the same time, I don't know how underage. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say it was children. Underage is underage, but the women that he was pimping were not underage. No.
Copy. So, yeah, I don't want to infringe on those that are sensitive. This is all for the funnies right now. And for the funnies, I think he was I think he chose the wrong job to be full-time in. Full-time pimping? Oh, man, he would have been, man, what?
He said the investigation followed an August 29th anonymous email passed on to the police by another staffer at Cal State Bakersfield. So somebody on the staff of the basketball team dropped the dime on him by this pimping.
Oh man,
they hating.
If you want me to put the case together, Ant, I can do it. I can do it.
They was hating. He must took his girl. He must took somebody's girl.
And was about to be on the stable.
And had her on the track. Now you mad.
She was about to be on the track. Hey man, you better tell him like Goldie. We can handle this like some gentlemen, huh? Or we can get into some gangsters. Hey, those that watch the Mac, they know. But man,
in August, anonymous email sent to the deputy. The men's anonymous email sent to the men's basketball head coach at the time. The tipster alleged that Mays was working as a pimp across 4 states and identified a woman Mays allegedly had trafficked for several months. Man was pimping globally. Hey, that's a federal charge. This ain't just like no.
Oh yeah, pimping is federal. Well, especially when you gotta start crossing the state line. Now we talking about the Mann Act and stuff like that. So yeah, that's fed time right there. But
the Sacramento Police Department testified when interviewed by police, the women had said that Mays covered the cost of condoms, rental vehicles, hotels, flights when she traveled for sex work.
Somebody dropped the dime on him, and he got dropped the dime on him, bro.
Yeah.
He got caught in a sting. This is coordinated. This is puppeteer work. You know what I mean? This is past surveillance.
That's exactly what it sounds like. It sounds like he got chose by someone. Yeah, somebody got mad. I think somebody's girl, whoever that staffer that sent the email or whoever got the email, my man, she was outside. She met old boy. now she done left you, and now you in your feelings because now my man is out here, got the girl that you fell in love with out here. He out here got her on the blade. You know what I'm saying?
You said, where you gonna take me, Goldie? To the moon if you let me. This is quality pimping we talking about. Quality pimping. I can't do nothing but salute it. This is quality pimping.
My man was got domed out for pimping, man. Got domed out for pimping, man. Hating on my man out here just trying to do it. But yeah, he is facing like four felony charges, pimping, and then the other ones that's more serious. I'm not gonna bring up on this platform, but yeah, man, Kevin Mays, man. You know what I'm saying, pimp hand wasn't strong enough, bro. Pimp hand was not strong enough.
Too strong.
Not strong enough. Let's get into a little bit of the men's tournament that started already. Like I said, got some upsets that already happened. High Point University in North Carolina upsets Wisconsin's 5-12 matchup that happens every year. A 12 seed usually beats a 5 seed every year. VCU upsets North Carolina. Who else did upset? I know it's only upsets. Duke had the scare of their lifetime against Siena. And if you didn't see it, Siena only paid 5 players the whole game. They played their starting 5 the whole game and beat Duke. And almost beat Duke. That's wild. Now, me personally, if I'm the 6th man on the bench, I'm transferring, bro. Because like, daggone, coach, like you really thought that little of me that I couldn't hang with Duke and Carlos with Cam Boozer in them, like I was that bad. He played 5 players 40 minutes. Didn't sub, not one time. He subbed at the end of the game so that dude could foul somebody. They played 5 players, 40 minutes. Craziest thing I ever seen.
Respect. Respect.
Like, that's the craziest thing I ever seen. I said Carolina. Real quick into some other games. TCU won. There's some close games though. This thing today told me that this tournament is wide open. There's no dominant team in this NCAA tournament. It's about who's gonna be the hottest. It's not only about who got the best player because AJ DeBonson and BYU got beat by Texas, who's one of the last 4 teams to get in. It's good guard play, who can make shots, and who can rebound. Because the High Point won that game. They got one kid, that boy, his number 99, and he got a 99 rating on 3-point shots. That joker was just all day splash.
He's on fire.
Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, really is no. I like Arkansas. John Calipari has been here before. They handled business in their game. Michigan is a tall team. Tall team. I like Vandy guard play. Still got some games tomorrow. I still think, you got St. John's look good. I know they hurt coming down the stretch, so we don't know what they're going to be like. I like Kansas if Darren Peterson plays. That's the big if. If Darren Peterson plays 30 minutes a game, he is the best player in the country. Now, I know we talk crap about him not playing games, but the boy was averaging 20 points and only played 20 minutes. He is really like that.
Michigan State, maybe.
Michigan State is good. Arizona's still there. It's going to be interesting. UConn is always right there in the mix. It's Florida could run it back. They're good again this year. It's going to be real tough. It's a real open field, and these games are showing. Even like right now, the later games are kind of more like going the way I thought they would go, kind of a little bit of blowouts. But
yeah,
hey man, you never know. They're still college students. I know they get paid a lot of money to play basketball, but they're college students. How does that feel? You like Wisconsin pays NIL money to their basketball team, so you got players in there making from $1 million to $300,000, right? Let's just say that. That's about the average range for Power 4 guys, especially Big Ten. Right?
Yeah.
You lost to a Christian school in High Point where the most high paid player is probably making $100,000, maybe $150,000.
Sure.
Nah, pissed off I be. I'm ready to cut everybody.
Yeah, nah. Pack now your $1 million player, they can pack their ass up too. They can go home. You know, you don't need that money on the road. Go ahead and send that money back home with you and your family. You good.
That's
You
what
don't
I'm
need it out here.
saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's like that. But hey, man, the midterm, March Madness is always fun, especially the first weekend, bro. First weekend is always the best.
Get your
to me.
bracket cracked. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
But
again, last note is like I just seen as this kind of play out, and again we'll be back every week, so we'll probably provide updates as this goes on. But what I kind of see is, man, hey, veteran lineups is gonna win. You already mentioned it a little bit with Michigan and Florida, like those veteran lineups that they have, kind of bringing that that physicality and that quote unquote grown man basketball back to
they're not calling fouls, they're letting them play. I like that,
bro. And exactly. So you got like tournament style refereeing, bro. Hey, this is gonna pay dividends. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you want to play 5 players all 40 minutes, hey, go for it. Hey, you gonna have to up the ante. You're gonna have to do something to kind of set yourself apart and to make a statement. So whatever it is,
what you say at the end of the game though, like, hey, we fought hard. I sat on the bench, dog. I ain't do nothing. I wasn't part of none of this.
Yeah,
like, bro, he played the starting 5 the whole game. That means he didn't think nobody on the bench could keep up, basically.
Them boys is burnt. Them boys is cooked. Them boys is burnt. They burnt out already.
Yeah, man.
Them boys is
but with this pod, man, what tournament we really ready for starts tomorrow. Starts tomorrow. So we're gonna break down the regions. Region 1, top 4 seeds. You got UConn at the number 1 seed with an undefeated season, looking poised to go back to back. And the 2 seed in Region 1 is Vandy. Caleb Blakes, I've been telling you all year, she is one of those ones. Ohio State, one of the hottest shooting teams, got a nice big, and Carolina is the number 4 seed. This region right here got some games in it. You get to see Artie Crooks, kind of not having, she's scoring, but not playing good defense this year, not really kind of showing her lack of ability on defense. They're the 8 seed at Iowa State. You got Hannah Hidalgo at the 6 seed with Notre Dame. You got a Colorado team that's really good at the 10 seed. This region right here, I think UConn handles everybody pretty easy. But some of them early matchups, you got Maryland at the 5, playing Murray State at the 12. Some good second round matchups when you can have a game like Ohio State versus Notre Dame. You can mess around, have a Maryland Carolina matchup, old ACC matchup in the second round. I still think UConn handles everybody pretty easily. I think it'll be UConn and Vandy down towards the end. Let's see who goes to who wins this region and goes to the Final Four. But it's some good early matchups in this game that makes this region pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the bracket right now, so I don't have it in front of me. But again, I remember what my number 1 seeds are, or who the number 1 seeds are. So that's what I'm kind of going off of. So by all means, I got UConn running away with it. This is just, a sprint to the Final Four for UConn.
Yeah.
That's where it kind of starts to get a little bit dicey depending on what the matchup is.
Yeah.
Outside of that, again, my number 1 challenger is Notre Dame's in that Region 1 bracket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I'm always gonna have a teed bit of fandom, selfish fandom, just for Hannah Hidalgo. Just her style of play, especially when you try to get into like a track meet with her, when she gets to just run the floor and create. Anybody that's willing to step on the floor and do that with her, oh my boy, you are in for a long day. Yeah. Excuse me, I probably should say my girl. My girl, you're gonna be in for a long day. Outside of that, I can see UNC. They have a history of playing and being kind of a giant killer during tournaments. They kind of have that pedigree. And as a 6 seed, they could, they can make some things shake. They 6 or 4. What are they seed this year?
They're 4.
4. Okay, excuse me. So as a 4, they can kind of make some things shake. and they started playing some really good ball towards the end of the coming into tournament time. So I can see them kind of shaking the table a little bit, but again, too much. UConn got too much. Too much firepower.
Too much. Yeah, UConn, I think, goes away. I think it goes under UConn and Vandy. Vandy plays good defense. Vandy has a top scorer. So I really like UConn to come out of this and just really be a 1 versus 2 to see who goes to the Final Four. Let's go to Region 2. UCLA is top seed in this region. LSU is number 2 seed. Duke is the number 3 seed, and Minnesota is number 4 seed. This is the toughest region to me. This is the toughest region to me, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because just out of them top 4 seeds, and number 5 you got Ole Miss, right? Number 6 you got a Baylor team who got some players on it. This is a tough one. $29.98.
Sorry.
This is a
tough
one.
The bracket got caught.
This is a tough one. I like this bracket a lot. UCLA is probably the number 1 seed. That, like, again with UConn and UCLA, you got to see what happens. They haven't played strong. They've been blowing everybody out for a long time. UCLA only lost this year. Don't correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's only to UConn. That's they only lost this year. But then you also add an Ole Miss to this, who battle tested. You add an LSU team who has the playmakers. They can put it all together, can do some things. Then you add a Duke team, which is one, like I said before, is one of the hottest teams. Carol Lawson got them balling. They are one of the hottest teams in the nation right now. When you look at this top 4, even down to number 5, this is where the upset of the number 1 seed, I can see the number 1 seed having a rough one to get out of. Just because if they win, because I think about it, if the seeds stay the same, that means in the Elite 8, in the Sweet 16, that means LSU and Duke will play, right? And then, like for me, for example, I don't have Minnesota making the Sweet 16, but you can have a UCLA Ole Miss versus a Duke and LSU in the Sweet 16. And I personally got UCLA and Duke duking it out for the Final Four matchup, and I got UCLA winning, but that's a tough road. I like the competition, especially at the top higher seeds in this Region 2 bracket.
Trying to do a quick look here. All right, so looking at the Sacramento 2 region here, UCLA again. I like the Mississippi Gonzaga matchup. Quiet as kept. I kind of like that Baylor one too. All right, so dude, you mentioned Duke already too. So if it was for my money, maybe I can see a stoppage for LSU at Sweet 16, Duke making it to the Elite 8, and of course UCLA in my Final Four. Now, wild cards, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Battle tested, brother. Yeah. Battle tested. They experienced the highs and lows of the season. They got quality wins and tough losses. They've been on the road. They got the guard play. Front court starting to shape up, but the guard play is good enough to where they can compete. Not stalwarts, but can compete. All right. Good coaching. Made it through some tough environments, kind of bred for this tournament style. Again, I like their play. All that being said, this is March. They can come out tomorrow and get their head kicked in. Who knows? That's just how tournaments. That's just how basketball goes sometimes. But I kind of got them as my dark horse right now for this region.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think it's going to be just your usual suspects. Again, I mentioned Baylor a little bit. I like a Baylor and Duke matchup in that next round.
Yeah.
That's going to be something that's going to worth sitting by your TV set for. That's a good matchup. But again, you see, going back to that one seed in UCLA, they may not see comp until maybe again Elite Eight, maybe. I can't see a path of where like if maybe Mississippi gets there around Sweet 16 time, they can get a little crazy. But other than that, they gonna run away with it, brother. That's how I feel.
I think this is the tougher bracket when you get down to the Sweet 16 today because Ole Miss could be there, right there waiting on them. Like I said, I think Duke would be right there waiting on them. I think LSU would be right there waiting on them. I think like between Duke, LSU, and UCLA, I can see all three of them making the Final Four, unlike I did see with Region 2, right? I mean, Lauren Betts still one of the better players in the country. LSU has the talent. Can they find the leadership, right? When things get tough. Like I said, Carol Lawson, them, like I said, it's like 16 of the last 18 games they won. Hottest fish grease, won the tournament, ACC regular season and AC tournament. Hottest fish grease right now. Hottest fish grease right now. Can they keep that rolling? They got the height too to play with Lauren Betts and UCLA. They have their own 6'6" giant too. You know what I'm saying? So let's see who can be hot. And then all of a sudden UCLA too, like with UConn, a lot of the games y'all played in, y'all didn't play the fourth quarter because y'all was that far ahead, that much better than everybody. So it's going to be a sight to see. I think this is probably one of the tougher when it comes to the top seeds. I think this is one of the tougher brackets in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying? We got 2 more to go, so we can see how they go. Let's get into region number 3. Top seeds is Texas, Michigan, Louisville, West Virginia. I like Texas out of this bracket. I don't see nobody really giving them a hard out. West Virginia plays really good defense. I was going to root for West Virginia because Kiara Willard, that used to play for Norfolk State last year, transferred there for a graduate season. They're having a great year. She had a great year. It is a good Alabama, hot Alabama. No, that's Oklahoma. Alabama is decent. Louisville, runner-ups in the ACC. Not that bad of a team. Not too keen on Michigan. I think they had the benefit of playing in the weak Big Ten. NC State, not the same NC State that it was last year. This one, I think Texas got a shoe-in run to make the Final Four if they play how they're supposed to play.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, is Stanford in this bracket or in this region?
No, I don't think Stanford made the tournament. Stanford's not.
Okay. Ooh, caught up. Gotta get caught up. All right. So outside of that, I can see going back to this again. Texas, number 1 seed. We know they're incredibly balanced and got kind of showed no flaws again, starting to pop, starting to get hot. No vulnerability against like high pressure like basketball, high pressure backcourts. It's shown to be, playing good ball towards the end. So I look at it, same thing with UCLA. It's going to be a while, or it's going to be a few rounds before I feel like they're going to run into comp, in my opinion. Now, getting back to who can challenge, looking at this region again, I like Oregon. Oregon looks good. I think you mentioned Alabama. Michigan, of course, is always, quick to compete. Right, but this might be an easy favorite. Like, again, if I had to pick like the easiest path out of the 3 that we covered so far, this might be the easiest path for Texas to make the Final Four.
Yeah, I agree.
As far as out of this bracket, Texas might have the easiest path to the Final Four. And there's not no shot at West Virginia or Louisville. They all can ball. Yeah. They all can ball. But again, there's a crash course between, I believe, Louisville and Michigan. If I'm following this along properly, there's a crash course waiting to happen between Louisville and Michigan that may not even involve Texas. So again, they might just clip each other before they even get to see Texas at the Elite 8. So let the best of the best make it, and the best of the rest fight it out. That's how I kind of see this side of the bracket playing itself out. When y'all done fighting amongst each other, come see us, and then you know what Madison Booker came here to do. You know what I mean? It's like now we're playing legacy games. So they got a deep roster. They can win ugly. They can win fast pace. They can push they can push the ball up the court. They can play defense. They're tough. They're tough. You know what I'm saying? And again, they already got that championship pedigree coming in with the SEC dub. I think they're kind of built. They're built for a deep run. Everybody else just got to fight. They just got to fight on their hands.
Yeah. I think this is the easiest road Texas could have. I think as long as they do what they're supposed to do, that they should make the Final Four. The last region 4, top seed, South Carolina at number 1, Iowa at number 2, TCU at number 3, and Oklahoma at number 4. This is the second toughest region to me. I'm talking about a South Carolina team that is the number 1 seed in this region, but it's also you got an Oklahoma who beat them earlier in the year. That's in this region as the number 4 seed. They'll have to see. You got a Washington team who having their best season since Kelsey Plum's senior year. They got some shooters. You know how I feel about TCU. They have the best player in the country on their team. And sometimes, Haley Van Lith got them to the final with Elite 8 Final Four last year.
Mm-hmm.
So Iowa with Stuckey, they have a good squad. Not like great squad, but they was the second best team in the Big Ten by far, even though UCLA was that much better. This one, I do see it. Let me go to my bracket to see how I had it playing out. Yeah, the top 4 seeds make it to the Sweet 16. And then that South Carolina Oklahoma game scared me because Oklahoma got hot and beat them this year. You know what I'm saying? I think out of this one, I still have South Carolina winning, but don't be surprised if Olivia Miles, and I can't forget the other play. I keep forgetting the other woman's name who was good on that team. She's a forward. If they get hot again, maybe that loss against West Virginia in the Big 12 championship game, Big 12 tournament championship game, woke them up a little bit, got them kind of out of that stagnant mode. I can see TCU making it out of here. I'm always going to root for Don and them, but I can see TCU winning this region and making another Final Four trip.
This is probably one of my toughest pockets of this bracket. This is probably number 1 for me. Because for one, deep sleeper, Michigan State is for the right matchup. They can find themselves who they got to compete against. Maybe not till they got to run into South Carolina. By then they already in the Sweet 16. But again, talk about a deep bench. A team that got a deep bench that can play and got guards. So they could be scary in the right setting, especially if we're matching up with an Idaho team or even for another SEC team of Oklahoma. Like they can match well. TCU, you think me and you both are believers of Olivia. So hey, if anybody want to test that gangster, hey, go for it. Mm-hmm. Go for it. Yeah. I do think Iowa's style of play will give TCU headaches. If they, again, Brown Sweet 16 time, that matchup there would give them a bit of a headache and probably take them into deep waters to where I don't know if superhero play can save them. Yeah, like it would take a lot from. What do I say? Take a lot, but it would have to get almost selfish the way Olivia would have to just create for herself. Yeah, because was he switch to like a box and one, or they try to zone her off? It might be. I don't know if her cohorts can kind of step up to the plate in that area, especially when Iowa got the range, they got the deep shot, they can kick. They can play on the run. You know what I'm saying? They got elements to their game that very much, again, they're a 2 seed, so they they were successful, but they got elements to their game that's gonna be tough for anybody. So maybe if they make it past Iowa, bro, South Carolina, watch out. If they make
Michigan
it past
State,
and that's including Michigan State too. That's what I'm saying. That make it past Iowa, watch out. He got hell to play.
Well, yeah, the other woman, Marcia Suarez, that's the guard I was talking about with TCU. She averaged 17 points a game and also leads the team with 8 rebounds a game. That was the person that they had. Because they got a good 1-2 punch. Like I said, this one right here, I'm always gonna root for Don, but I kind of can see South Carolina. I can kind of see Oklahoma that has beaten some good SEC teams. I think they beat Texas this year. There's some good ones for this one. I mean, the women's tournament is always going to be kind of the top 4 seeds that probably all make it to the Sweet 16. And then we're seeing the best of the best for the Elite 8. But best of the best who makes it to the Final 4. But like I said, I'm always going to shoot that South Carolina's going to take it to make it out of this region. But I wouldn't be surprised if TCU make it out of this region for me.
I could see a path forward.
Yeah, I would not be surprised. So that's our breakdown of each region of the Women's College Basketball Tournament. It actually starts tomorrow. They play their last playing games today, so it starts Friday at 11:30 and goes through the weekend to see who gets the right to make it to the Sweet 16.
Love it.
And so that's our March Madness recap. So we're going to continue our breakdown of each division. And I think we're finishing up the AFC today with the AFC East, breaking down each team and their offseason priorities. So let's get to our first team, the New England Patriots, man, the winners of the AFC East, right? Made it to the Super Bowl. Hold on. Let me get the actual flyer pulled up. Yeah, the AFC East, they won the AFC East, made the Super Bowl, 14-3 record. Drake May had an MVP type caliber season to like far as stat goes wise. Some of their strengths, defense was elite. Milton Williams, money well spent. Christian Gonzalez, need to spend, need to keep that intact. Ball control offense, they ran the ball. Ramondre Stevenson, I think, played a lot looser this year, if that makes sense. Travion Henderson helped out. It was a good spell back. I think they kind of brought him along slow, but I do think that with the leaving of Bill Belichick, him not worried about getting taken out for one mistake or nothing like that, I think he played a lot better this year than he normally does. They didn't turn the ball over with a very disciplined team. He made it to Super Bowl. I mean, that money spent in free agency for some of the leaders, Stephon Diggs is not there no more, but we're talking about the 2025 season. That it was money well spent this offseason, last offseason, in my opinion. You got the Super Bowl, and some of that money that you spent on them players are what helped you to the Super Bowl.
All right, so all good points. I think you use your money, you use your picks wisely. You picked at the top of the draft, you had hella cap space, so you went out and spent money and you invested properly. And when I say that, you go out and get your boy Will Campbell out of LSU. A lot of people was giving him grief in his Super Bowl showing, but at the same time, I don't, as much as people was giving Will Campbell grief for how he played. No, I mean, and I was one of them. And I'm gonna be fair, I was one of them. Like, damn, that boy was getting whipped. And
he might not be a tackle, bro.
But at the same
might have drafted a guard at number 3.
But here's also my thing with that. As much as we want to give that Patriots O-line grief for how they played in the Super Bowl, we also got to give that much respect to how well Seahawks defensive line played. I mean, we talking about Big Cat. We talking about what's Buddy? I forgot the other D tackle's name, but we talking about some true players. They balled, and we can just say that. And them boys balled.
Just that game, though.
Yeah. But we asked them to show up and play the game, and this is gonna be my next point.
The Texans,
they had to do it without. They had to do it without a cupcake schedule.
That part.
You gonna be aimed at every week going into the season.
That part.
Yeah, a lot of your matchups last year, it kind of bent to your favor.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're gonna have to trust your true grit, saying, all right, look, show me that wasn't a fluke. Show me that you can do those same 14 wins that you had last year. I doubt it, if I'm being honest.
I don't think they make the playoffs next year.
I truly doubt it. Because you bet with the cupcake schedule, you also bet on the fact that you were healthy for the majority of that season. You know what I mean? You was beating teams. I don't remember like your scoring margin, but winning 14 games, you had to get a few of those teams out of here. It wasn't like you was exposing your whole playbook. So we're doing that plus a lot better competition this year.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of things broke in your favor in 2025. The scheduling, matchups, being pretty much healthy, down towards the end. All those things kind of lent your way, which, not trying to be critical. That usually happens for all Super Bowl teams where the injury bug don't bite that hard. But again, we're asking you to do that with a tougher schedule. And we're asking for a step up in a few players to take their next step. Drake May. All right, you got Stephon Diggs is gone. Now replacing him with Romeo Doubs and Kayshon Boutte. All right, are these household names yet? No, but hey, make it work. Maybe you still swing for the fences and try to trade for AJ Brown. That's your best hope. That's your best hope if you really want to see max production out of this young quarterback and still invest in him.
Mm-hmm.
Next, again, you got Gonzo to pay for. You still got to pay Gonzo. So we're already talking about maybe the last, Milton's on a new contract, Landry, you're pretty much in that window of where not a lot of defensive players you got to play out right. But again, that cap space is going to shrivel up like a prune here very soon after you pay Christian. So again, it's capitalizing on this window on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. I mean, that's the main thing. You got to extend Christian Gonzalez and you got to add depth. Still got to add depth. Now, when you got a team that you think is good, now you have to draft right later in the draft right in your later rounds. Now you want to add good depth pieces. That's the only way you can stay good if you have depth 2 and 3 deep at each position. So now you really got to look at your scouting department. You got rid of Stephon Diggs. Now we move on to how much do you believe in Romeo Doubs and the other guy? I mean, maybe you saying 2 can make 1. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, Drake may gotta take the next step. Will Campbell, you got to get that question answered. Is he a guard? I know they want to make him a tackle. He has really short arms to be a tackle in this league, but I know they're gonna try to make him a tackle because you don't draft a guard that high. You don't draft a guard that high. And they do already got a rookie guard. You know what I'm saying? So they move him inside the center or guard. That's gonna look like a wasted pick. Sorry. That's gonna look like a wasted pick because you don't draft centers or guards with the fifth or sixth pick?
No, not typically. Unless we're talking about like Quentin Nelson. I forgot where what pick Quentin Nelson went, but
I don't think he went top 10.
Yeah, I want to say even at that, I think he probably still went top 25, top 20.
Yeah, you don't draft guards that high. So that's the main thing with the Patriots, man. They just got to get depth. And then you just want to see how they look next year on a better schedule. You know what I'm saying? Better schedule. Let's get into the next one. Who's next? The Jets. Man, the Jets. What don't they need? Let's get into the season recap first. 3-14, finishing last place. Missed. They traded off a lot of players. Breece Hall, they put him on that franchise tag, but they are still trying to get a long-term deal done with him. They committed to him and Garrett Wilson. They traded off a lot of defensive help.
Yeah.
You don't have a quarterback. I mean, you got Geno, who's going to be in the building, probably going to play. I don't think they believe in any other quarterback this year, the draft. They didn't get the number 1 pick. Got to rebuild that defense now that Quentin Williams, the sauce is gone. Got rid of my man. He going to Tennessee. What's his name? the rush in. He was on Last Chance U and everything. I can't think of his name.
Jermaine
Johnson got him out of there. Basically rebuilding the whole defense. They need a lot. And just being honest with you, I don't know they can get much better over the offseason for Aaron Glenn to keep his job. I don't think they're going to give him another year, even though it's not fair and it's not right, and we can say that. But then this, whatever they build out of the free agency and everything, is not going to. I don't see more wins coming, more than 3 or 4 wins.
Yeah, but also too, and I don't know as a franchise or at least as a front office, right?
That's the Jets. You keep saying it's it's the Jets. It's not a regular franchise. It's the Jets.
Yeah, okay, but I understand that, right? So just in a year's time, right? You got rid of a lot of your key, what you thought was your key building blocks or key figures, however you want to say it. You got rid of those in a season's time or a year's time. That's Sauce Gardner, that's Jermaine Johnson, that's D tackle that just went to the Cowboys, Queenan Williams.
Yeah.
Right. So you got 3 building blocks. I mean, heck, who knows if Will McDonald's still there after the draft? You know what I mean? That's the type of dire straits we're looking at. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just in a year's time, you made a lot of. This is a major roster overhaul, bro, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Major roster overhaul. I don't know if you do that just to say at the end of the day, we're going to fire our coach.
I don't.
Because at the same time, I'm pretty much making my own burial plot. I'm digging my own grave at that point. Like y'all was riding with me, acquiring all these trade assets.
But if you don't have, if the GM got control of player personnel decisions more than the coach, and the GM and the owner in lockstep, this is what we're doing. That don't mean that to keep the fans happy. Like he had to come out with a vote of confidence for him this year. It was talks of him getting fired this year in 1 year.
But again, if you doing that again, it would have to be the highest level of transparency for me if I'm Aaron Glenn.
Oh, what you gonna do? Not take the job?
No, but I know you ain't about to also send me out there on a crash mission. You know what I mean? Like a crash up, like bro, like if you're doing this, if you're trading all these young talent and you're replacing them with a veteran presence, they got Minka Fitzpatrick, Demario Davis, Geno Smith. Yeah, that's a lot of experience that you're bringing into the locker room. But how many quality wins do them collectively bring? And when I say quality wins, I'm talking about championship wins. Amongst the group I just named, not that many. So yeah, how much competitive football do I expect to bring in with those additions? Yeah, this made sense if I still had young pups in the locker room that I'm trying to like train up and still trying to give them time, time while they develop. That made sense. But this is very much a bridge year. You'll be over the moon if you even made it past 4 or 5 wins this year.
I understand what you're saying. I just don't be surprised they only win 3 to 4 wins or 5 wins that they fire Aaron Glenn.
Yeah, but again, if that's the notion, bro, I'm going out here thinking if I'm going out here knowing that as the coach, I'm going full kamikaze. I'm going full kamikaze, bro, because if you handed me this plate of damn slop and expect me to make a winner out of this.
If they lose, I'm not caping for the Jets, but let me just say it like this. If they lose like they did this year, where you're not competitive in any game, jokers sitting jokers in the fourth quarter because they beat you so badly, that doesn't happen in the NFL. Losing by 3 or 4 touchdowns every week, and yes, he's probably, no matter what they said about you getting other people, it's also how you lose. It's how you lose. It's not just about you losing, it's how you lose. Not saying it's right, not saying they're getting the right people, but if Aaron Glenn loses games like he did this year, not just lose the games, but if say they go 5-11, 4-12, but you was getting blown out in most of those games, they wasn't even competitive, he's not going to have a job next year. He's keeping it a buck with you.
This is why I'm saying I would rather just go full kamikaze at this point. Because if you're sitting there by week 8 and that record is just as you just illustrated it, is that we're getting our heads kicked in and week out. We're gonna sell all the assets. That's your Will McDonald's, that's your Brees Halls, that's your Garrett Wilsons. Trade it all. You're already in the middle of one of the biggest roster overhauls in 1 year that we've seen in quite some time. This is only comparative to what they're doing down in Miami.
Yeah.
That's the only people that can probably say, hey, we on that same type of time.
But he a new coach, though. See how it works.
Again,
and he brought his and the GM and him came together. That GM did. Aaron Glenn didn't bring that GM with him.
Yeah, that same vote of confidence, you can't say you're gonna make available that they're making available to him in Miami. Saying, all right, coach, we're gonna eat all this debt money, thinking that hey, we're gonna let you make this team. We're gonna let you make this team.
GM with him though. Aaron Glenn did not bring.
That's what I'm saying. If we're gonna eat all this debt money and let you make this team how you see fit.
The thing about it is too, also, who made that Justin Fields? Who wanted Justin Fields? That's another thing. If he wanted Justin Fields and that didn't work out, that makes your leash shorter. That's a big one. They told Aaron Rodgers he could walk, and Aaron Rodgers wanted to stay. They told Aaron Rodgers to walk. So if you made,
where did Justin Fields go?
Justin Fields with the Chiefs now. They traded him to the Chiefs. But if that offseason, whoever was the idea to get Justin Fields, if that was Aaron Glenn's idea, that puts you on a short leash. I'm just telling you, if he loses the way he lost this year, where it just looked absolutely atrocious, I don't see how he makes it past. I know what you're saying with everything like that, but you can't be losing by three or four touchdowns.
I just think we wasting time. Because again, I'm not sitting, I'm just not sitting stagnant, letting all these, watching my roster get flipped upside down as a coach and just show up to work on day one, thinking like, all right, let me get them a speech of win one for the Gipper this week. That's the only thing you got going for you. Let's win one for the Gipper. Let's win for old husband. Let's win one for the sake of it. No, because you know what you're fighting with. The cupboards are damn near bare. Hold some young talent. Hold a Braylon Allen. Hold, again, I mentioned Garrett Wilson, a Brees Hall, Will McDonald. Hold some young talent you still have remnants of. Outside of that, bro, what are we here for?
Just telling you, bro. I get you. I don't believe that he should be fired either. I think it's a setup, but I'm telling you the setup is coming. I'm telling you it's coming. Let's get into the next team, the Buffalo Bills, right? Buffalo Bills, 12-5, made a playoff run, new coach, new era. James Cook still running good. They still got their tight ends. Josh Allen has Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, is not a head coach. One of the offseason priorities was to find a number one receiver. They got that in DJ Moore now. With the Bills, they do need a pass rush. They definitely need a pass rush. They got good D tackles, but they don't have the pass rush. They need some young pass rushers and secondary. But the whole thing now is you said that Sean McDermott, that's the name, right? Sean McDermott was the problem, basically, because everybody else got a promotion but him. He got fired. Y'all said he was the problem. Y'all say Josh Allen needs a weapon. He got DJ Moore now. He got Khalil, who is a solid number 2. You got tight ends. James Cook, no matter everybody say, where's the run game? He's one of the best running backs in the league. So stop that now. I'm not even going to entertain that argument with anybody about James Cook. Last year, it was really no excuses, but what's the excuse going to be now? That's what my outlook for the Bills are. What's the excuse now? Got a new stadium. I don't think the Patriots are going to be better this year because they're going to play a tougher schedule. We don't think the Jets going to be good. We haven't gotten to Miami, but they offloaded all their talent. You should have 14 wins this season. You should be the number 1 seed in the AFC. especially if Patrick Mahomes ain't gonna be able to go early. They're talking about he should be ready first of the season, but we'll see. 14 wins. 14 wins, number one seed in the AFC.
Minimum.
He's gonna be playing in the weak division.
Minimum. And the thing is, they made the offseason moves to support that theory too, right? So you get a 3-year deal done with Bradley Chubb. You know, you bring in vets like Logan Wilson, PJ Locke, CJ Gardner-Johnson. You're finding stopgap players that can be, you know, that's low risk, high reward because they're only taking 1-year flyers on them. So you're finding stopgap players that, you know, at one point were sure shots.
Mm-hmm.
So you're pretty much taking this, you know, we're loading up on talent. We're taking risks, or not really taking a risk, but we got another number one receiver in here in, you know, DJ Moore. You know, we got our running back, you know, we got our franchise running back. We're ready to go. We're ready to run. This is your moment. This is it. Mahomes not here. The boys down in Baltimore, they got a new coach. We don't know what's coming out of Cincinnati. Maybe this is the year for Houston and the Chargers, the Chargers to finally turn it around. That possibly your biggest threat. Outside of us not knowing if that Jacksonville season and that Patriots season was a fluke, outside of us not knowing those two things, you know, maybe those two show that they're consistent and put on a good season this year. This is it. I was kind of saying, you know, we was kind of saying this last year, like, hey, let's throw the excuses out the window. This is the season to where put up or shut up. Everything else is just a fallacy, bro. You ain't even got to deal with Bo Nix this year. He's hurt.
He should be back though.
What do you think about the start of the season? What do you think? Like what?
Him and Patrick will be back by the start. Whatever all the reports are saying that Patrick and him should be back. He might be back a little bit later, but they said Patrick might miss all the training camp, but he should be back week 1 though.
I don't see that. But
he tore his stuff in like it was a partial tear. So it wasn't like he tore up a ton of ligaments. And I'm talking about Patrick, and he and it happened like what, week 12? So yeah, that's about the right amount of time. He'll probably Patrick will be back. Now I don't know how good the team's gonna be, but he'll be back.
Let's say for the first 4 weeks, I'll put this at max. At least for the first 4 weeks, you're dealing without a Bo Nix for sure, and possibly first 4 weeks without Patty. Potentially.
Yeah.
So you already got like a 4-game lead on some of the best quarterbacks in your side of the league, your side of your conference, excuse me. I can't do it no more. You will be getting judged with the rest of the shoulda, coulda, woulda quarterbacks at this point. If this don't bode out well for you.
Yeah.
I gotta put you on that. I gotta put you on that gun line, bro. I gotta put you on that same fire range, bro. Because it's anything below, like you said, 14 wins, number one seed in the conference, first round buys. Anything short of that, bro, I don't know what we talking.
It should be a really good season for them. It should be a really good season for them. Like just, I don't think New England with the tougher schedule, it got to be yet to be seen. But you got two teams that's clearly not going to be able to win games, and the Dolphins and the Jets. So, like I said, put up a shut up. Put up a shut up. The last one, we talked a little bit about the Dolphins under a new head coach. They won 7 games, which I thought was remarkable by your boy Mike McDaniel. I didn't think they were going to win that many games the way it was looking. Gotta fix the offensive line. I don't know if they addressed that. This got rid of Jalen Waddle and Tariq Hill. They got so much dead money. They got what, like $170 million in dead money.
Nasty, bro.
They do got some picks. This is full rebuild mode. I mean, nothing else you can say. You got Malik, see how he does. But this is full-fledged overhaul a roster from speeds and finesse. It looks like the way they moving, I'm gonna just say it like this. I don't know for sure. They're trying to move from speed and finesse to more physical, still having speed, but a more physical football team. And that's not how that team is set up. So got to offload the ties. Then they still got Devon Achane. I think he's still sticking around, right? I think that's a good piece to keep around. Dynamic running back. I like Malik Willis to see what he does, right? Don't know who he's going to throw the ball to, but it's going to be a young team. It's going to be a really young team. I don't see them spending much money in free agency on like big name targets. I see them spending a lot of money on like you said before, like little stopgap guys, like little senior guys that's been around, maybe to help the locker room. It's going to be a young team, full rebuild mode. And they got picks for the next 2 years too, from some of the moves they made. So.
Yeah. And usually when we talk about somebody taking on a lot of dead money like this, it's like, all right, well, it's going to offset because they bringing in a lot of cheap rookie deals. So usually that makes sense. But the amount of dead cap they got is insurmountable. You can't explain it. There ain't no rhyme or reason to it. Because at that point, you're trading off young talent, as your Jalen, hence your Jalen Waddles, or just releasing your young talent into it. And on top of that, you mentioned it just now, them getting 7 wins on Mike McDaniels was one thing. It was like, wow, that's kind of impressive. Well, boy, he looked like a damn miracle worker. Now that the only thing they got to fight with in Miami is Malik Willis, Tutu Atwell, and Devin Chase. And of course, could they go out in the draft and shoot for a guy like, I don't know, Jordan Tyson or Denzel Boston? Yeah, they can always add talent, add rookie talent, to kind of get them over this rebuild, to kind of help them along the way. But by all means, but don't expect nothing. Again, we're looking at 2026 tankathon. And you better hope we like Malik Willis still. Because the way I remember that contract being structured for him, there's a lot of void money on that contract.
Yeah. I think the good thing for them, I hope that like they can see something. It's not going to be wins and losses with Malik Willis. It's going to be how he looks in production and competitiveness. The best thing for them that he looks good, and you can look at him and be like, he's better than any quarterback that we want to get in this draft, right? So that frees up them going to get other pieces next year. I think this year they go offensive line, probably first round. Or maybe they're going somewhere in the trenches first round this year. And then like you just got to build veteran pieces around them and help this young team move forward from there. That's really all I can say. All I can think they're doing with this team.
Again, I was talking about it a little bit when we was talking about the Jets, but there's a bit of trust that came along with this roster change that I mentioned between some synergy between the coach and the GM. Like they're way more invested in the larger picture than the Jets are. Again, GM's up there trying to figure out the facts and figures with the dead money. Hey, bro, I know I handed you a bad deal with this, with this roster. I done shipped off some of your best players. That's including Tyreek Hill. Like, hey, but larger picture, this is gonna bode well for us. So again, they're sitting at the point where we're still not committed to anybody. Anybody that's still here, that includes your Chop Robinsons or your Devin Chains, we're not committed to nothing.
Yeah.
And we just showed you that. We're going to rebuild this thing in my likeness. So if it's to go, make some picks in the trenches, go for it. But trust and believe between this draft and 2027, we getting our guys here.
Yeah.
Because even with these, with the departures that the Dolphins have, they're not replacing them. They're not replacing these guys.
They can't. They still paying them.
It's like we're not even putting up a fight.
Yeah, if you're still paying them, you're still paying them. Like,
yeah. Who's ever still in this building, it's by our decision. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody asking for no trades here. It's by our decision that you're still here. So with that,
yeah,
bro, we gonna make this thing how we see fit. So I can respect the trust, but any Dolphins fan, hey, bro, they don't. You just keep your expectations moderately low, severely low.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to turn on your TV on Sundays.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough season for Dolphins fans.
It's gonna get bloody.
Tough season, but you know what I'm saying? Good episode, man. Everybody, having a good time watching the games, games going all weekend, basketball all weekend. I think if you're not into basketball, I think for some of my people that used to watch wrestling, I had like some wrestling hopes in high school. College wrestling tournament is on too. So I know some people watch that too. Women's basketball starts tomorrow. A tournament kicks off tomorrow, 11:30. So that time when you're flipping back and forth between ESPN, CBS, ESPN, man, it's good to have two screens. I know I'm gonna have my tablet. Have my tablet and my TV working at the same time. So man, good time, man. Sit back, relax, and watch some games. Do want to give a shout out to my lady Spartans who will be hosting the WNIT game on Saturday at 2:00 against Loyola Chicago. So we did make one postseason tournament. Hopefully we can get this dub, and keep it going, keep the tradition going of having postseason play. But like that, man. IDK Sports Podcast, your premier sports talk sports for the average guy. My name is Anthony. It's my main man Kenny. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time. I'll holler.